So as we've mentioned, if you haven't heard it by now, you haven't been paying attention to the broadcast. This, of course, is the final STN home broadcast, and it was because of this big guy over here that we're broadcasting on TV. A year and a half ago, it was just home football games. We're now at the point where over the course of the last 4 years, we broadcast 13 different Staples High School sports, over 20 FCAC playoff games, over 6 FCAC championship games, 3 state championship games. It has been quite a run over the last 4 years and 2 years for these two programs.
It's certainly been a lot of fun. And, Brandon, now that we have you up here, we'd just like to say thank you so much for everything. None of this would have been possible without you. We wouldn't be standing here today, tuxedo and all, without you. We wouldn't be on the field without you. So, just give us some perspective on what these past 2 years have been like for you.
It's been a ride, to say the least. Every moment stressful, yet every moment completely worthwhile. When we started this 2 years ago, well, first of all, it was 5 of us, so I didn't think that it was. I didn't think that it was, nearly going to turn into. Right now, we have, I think, more people here at this broadcast than we've ever had before.
I think so.
By the way, if you realize I'm holding my headset, it's because it's broken. So, unlike every broadcast, I will make the pitch that 2 years, very successful run, but we have reached technical capabilities, and we could use support and therefore money to buy more equipment. But that was not the point of today. Anyway.
So a couple things before we finish signing off. First, let's acknowledge the crew who's here today, and once you hear me read all the names, you'll understand why I'm reading all the names. Dan Haroon, Alex Spector, Ryan Jacobs, Matt Hodes, Will Cantor, Jake Chernock, Ben Greenberg, Aaron Greenspun, Justin Gallanty, Will Moeller, Jake Reiser, Zach Reiser, Kelsey Shockey, Connor Hardy, Brandon Edelson, Ben Myers. I also want to acknowledge there's been a lot of seniors over the course of the last 4 years that have been a part of WWPT and STN, if not in the role that the four of us, Brandon, me, DJ, and Ben have. Mike Nussbaum, Jordan Goldstein, Jesse Husner, John Labello, Taylor Boone, Jahangir Hafiz, Bobby Shea, Sam Bender, and AJ Green. They're also graduating seniors who were a part of STN and WWPT at one point or another, so a special thank you
Randy man in there?
Goes out as well, and Brendan Rand, of course, as well. First one on my list that I just skipped over there as well.
Thank you, everybody,
very much to those seniors who were part of this from the beginning. And, as you can tell from the tuxes, we have to go to prom.
We got time.
Well, we
got
do
some
have
time.
a little bit of time.
I thought I'd make this moment to say this. You guys are the greatest on air. We all know that. But there are so many people right now behind the scenes working your cameras and working your switchers who don't often get the credit they deserve. Right now in the studio, we got 7 kids running around getting yelled at. Well, they were getting yelled at by me, but now they're getting yelled at by someone else. So next year, just support everyone like you've been supporting us this year. We really appreciate the support. Just because you're not going to have the same familiar faces of you two, they'll be great, and they deserve all the support you guys can give.
So before we get to some final thoughts on this, we still have, this is the end of STN for the 4 of us. It is not the end of Staples Athletics for the 2011 school years. Boys volleyball Tuesday afternoon on the road in the semifinals. Girls lacrosse Monday afternoon right here at Staples High School in the quarterfinals. And boys lacrosse now moving on. I believe it's Wednesday. That's the quarterfinals. It'll be the winner of number 6 Ridgefield and number 14, which is Conard, who upset the number 3 seed Xavier. So the winner of Conard Ridgefield gets Staples on, I believe, Wednesday afternoon. Still up in the air, so check SEAC.com, and, of course, check our websites, WWPTFM.com, STN78.com, for all the information on when those broadcasts will be. DJ, before we get the final sign-offs from the 3 of us about STN, let's get some final thoughts on the game we saw here today.
Sure thing. The Staples Records team, after losing those big games early in the season, just came out here today with a different mentality, a mentality that was, we're not going to let anybody come into our house and take what is rightfully ours as a trip to the next round. And Staples did everything right today. Started with J.B. Bragg. Played his best in the 4 years, possibly, in goal today. The Staples defense responded for the first time, and it was close early on. But that offense takes control again. And Peter Paul was just so huge today, scoring those 4 goals. But those are some of the individuals. It was a team effort today for the first time. Everything was clicking on all cylinders, and that's what you could not be happier if you're Coach McNulty, and that's all about the experience. Staples has been here before, McMahon has not. That's why the records are moving on.
Brandon, I'll give you a final chance here to thank the viewers if you have anything else.
Are you sure you want some final thoughts on the game? A little analysis?
Yeah, that's my specialty. We've been making the graphics for the halftime review. I got no idea what they mean. No, as I've said, these past 2 years have been, past 4 years, the past 2 years running the television station have been unbelievable, and the amount we've grown as friends, the diner visits we have. If you don't know, we started off, I was friends with DJ, I played Little League with Eric, and I was always friends with Ben Myers, but over the course of these 2 years, afternoons in school till 12 p.m., or a.m. rather, late nights at the diner for a couple hours apiece, just yelling at each other, getting stressed out, but in the end being very happy with the results was an experience most people don't often get, and it's something that I'm very grateful for. People are laughing at the sentiment here, but it's
sorry, we understand.
It's something I'll really miss, and I hope to see you on TV one day, and I hope to be helping you there, maybe at some point.
We'd love that. Hopefully one day down the road, this crew will all be together. But, it's just been such a great ride for me. I mean, my past started out with football and a couple head injuries, and I'm back up here in the press box. So, just where we started to where we are now. 2 years ago, we're standing right out here. We got Guns N' Roses blasting our ears. We don't even know what we're doing. We're doing television, a little football action with Norwalk, and now we're here today. So many different sports, and the friendships, I think, has been the best part. I mean, with you guys, with everybody here, and just how the community's responded. I mean, we started out, just a couple of radio guys, and look what we've become. We've become, mainstays at Staples High School, and the community looks forward to our broadcasts, and, I'm really going to miss it, and I appreciate everybody's effort. And, Brandon, all starting with you. You're the one who got us here, so, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Pleasure.
It's been fun, and it's not ending. Don't worry. We'll always have STN right here in our hearts. And so until we meet again, thank you.
And just some outside people to thank. First of all, Jim Honeycutt and Mike Zito, our faculty advisors, who put us in the position to be able to bring all of this to you. It doesn't need to be mentioned from our end. It means so much they mean so much to us, and they don't always get the credit for it. And thank you so much to them. I also want a special thank you to the entire Staples Athletic Department. They've been so supportive of WWPT and STN, always coming up and doing the post-game interviews, even after losses, being so supportive of us. Also want to thank the outside athletic directors who have always let us come to their sites, broadcast in their press box for away games. Thank you so much to them, all the Staples athletes over the years, and all the Staples students and our friends and people who have watched us, who have been such loyal supporters of WWPT and STN, and have come here first for Staples Athletics. It's been such a great experience. And, I was thinking about how should we end this, and one thing that came to my mind last night was, a lot of our friends over the course of the last 2 years, and even take last night when we were here late last night preparing for this game, and a friend of mine said, why are you still here? It's the Friday night before senior prom. You're out of school. You're on internship. This is all going to end within 2 days. Why are you working so hard? And I think one thing that comes to mind is something that the late, great Joe DiMaggio used to say, which was, this game may be the first time or the last time that a boy is going to see me play, and I owe him my best. And I think that we all feel the same way, that we tried to give our best every time, whether it was through us broadcasting or making the graphics or whatever that was. And hopefully we always gave you our best, and I hope you enjoyed it over the last 2 years. As a great Peter Jennings said as he signs off, this is not the end. This is the beginning. And truly the Foreman High School hopefully will go on to bigger and better things. But STN is not going anywhere. It will always be Channel 78 on your televisions and 90.3 on your FM dials. Make sure to support everyone next year.
Hopefully not always in standard definition.
And
hopefully we can go HD within the next few years. We'll come back, 1080i, you never know. But I have to say, I think our finale went a little bit better than Seinfeld's. So it's always a positive.
So for one more time, for DJ Sixsmith, Brandon Edelson, and our entire STN crew, I'm Eric Gallanty saying so long. Thanks so much for joining us over the past 2 and 4 years, and we will see you next time.
Thank you so much.
To end things off, we thought it would be fitting to end off this broadcast with the #1 moment in the history of STN Sports. And for Staples Wreckers fans, it will be a very familiar moment coming on this field, Thanksgiving 2009. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Aaron Greenspun, you got this one.
And we'll see you next time.
So long.